Good day, students! Welcome back to Cool Series at Schools Learning English Online. Are you happy today? Me too! I am happy that you are here to learn English with me. So, today I will be teaching the P.6 English grammar and we will talk about future time. Again, future time. Before we will start, please open your book on page 33. Again, page 33. Let's start. So, what are we going to learn today? We will talk about the meaning of future tense. Second, we will learn about the usage of will and be going to express future time. Next, we are going to learn about forming questions using future tense. Okay, now let's start. Are you ready? Okay, let's go on. Meaning of future tense. What is future tense? Here it says, a tense expressing an action that has not yet happened or a state that does not yet exist. Okay, meaning not yet finished, not yet happened. Remember that. And the second meaning of that is that it is a tense expressing an action that will happen in the future time. Okay, as what I said, not finished, not yet happened, and it will happen in the future time. So now, let's compare. I have here 3 sentences. I want you to identify which from these sentences is telling us about future time. Let's read the first one. Stitch smiled at the camera. Okay? Stitch smiled at the camera. Class, remember that we can identify when the sentence happened by looking at the verb. So here, in the first sentence, we have the verb smiled. Okay, smiled. Is it a present, past, or future? Very good. It's in the past. Now next, Stitch smiles at the camera. Is it present, past, or future? Very good. Smiles. It has S, meaning it is in the present. Okay, next. Stitch will smile at the camera. Will smile. So, that is the sentence that tells, or that is the sentence which tells us about future. Meaning, Stitch has not yet smiled from the camera. He will smile in the future. Okay, next. We are finished with the definition or meaning of the future time. So now let's go to the usage of will and be going to express future time. So let's start with the usage of will. So using will to express future time. Remember this pattern. When you are going to use will, you should have subject first. Next is the will plus the base form of the verb plus the others or continuation. Again, what should be the first? Subject, will, base form of the verb, and then continuation. So, we have here the example. I blank to school tomorrow. And our verb to be used is the verb go. So, since we have here the time, tomorrow, time word, tomorrow. So, meaning the action will happen by tomorrow. Now, we are going to use this pattern. Subject plus will plus base form of the verb plus the continuation. So we have here the subject. What is the subject? Already given, I. Now we are going to write will. And now we have here our verb. What is the base form of the verb go? Very good. That is go. Remember, class, that I is singular, but it is an exception in the subject-verb agreement because when we talk about I, we should use the base form of the verb or the plural form of the verb. Okay? So now, we have another example. Henry blank the clothes later. So we have here the time word later, meaning it is a clue that will tell us that the action will happen later. So we have here the subject plus will. So we will write will. And then what is the base form of the verb wash? What is the base form of the verb wash? Okay, very good. Still, no S, no ES, and no ED. Henry will wash the clothes later. Next example. The students blank their phone to school on Monday. We have here the verb bring. So our subject here is the students. So again, the rule or the pattern that we're going to use is subject plus will plus base form of the verb. We have here already the subject, the students. So we will now write will. And of course, the next one is the base form of the verb bring. No S, no ES, no ED, and it should not be in the past form. Bring. Class, remember this. When we talk about future time, our verb doesn't count on the subjects. Always and always follow this pattern. As long as you are going to use will and base form of the verb. Okay? Remember that. It doesn't look on the number of the subjects in the sentence. But later, when we are going to use be going to, there, we will find the difference. Okay? So we are finished with the usage of will to express future time. Now let's go on to the usage of or using be going to express future time. We have here different pattern. Subject plus be verb plus going to plus base form of the verb plus others. Class, when we talk about be going to, here, look at my arrow. Be going to, be refers to the be verb. That's why I put it here, be verb first and then going to. Okay, we have here the examples. Okay, but before that, when we talk about be verb, can you still remember what are the be verbs? What are the be verbs? Okay, we have the be verbs is, am, and are. When we talk about is, we use it when the subject is only one. When we talk about am, we use it when the subject is the word I. And when we talk are, we use that if the subject is very good, plural. So now we will have the examples. I will go to school tomorrow. This is when you are using will to express future time. Now let us transform this to the usage of be going to. What will happen? Of course, our subject is I. So again, what is the be verb if our subject is I? Very good. Am. And now, we have here be verb or is, am, or are. Plus, we are going to write this. Going to. And what is the base form of the verb? By the way, where is our verb here? Okay. Our verb here is go. What is the base form of go? Okay, the base form of go is the same, go. So the sentence will become, I am going to go to school tomorrow. Okay? Both sentences are expressing future time, whether we use will or whether we use be going to. So we'll have another example. Henry will wash the clothes later. This is given in our previous sentence, the usage of will. Now, how are we going to transform it to the usage of be going to? So we have here the subject. Now, how many is our subject? Very good. It's only one. So we're going to use the be verb is. And copy this, going to. And of course, our verb here is the word wash. And it says here in the pattern, use the base form of the verb. What is the base form of the verb wash? Very good. No S, no ES, no ED, and not in the past form. So, the verb is wash. Henry is going to wash the clothes later. Next. The students will bring their phone to school on Monday. Okay, this is the usage of will to express future time. Now, let's transform it to the usage of be going to. It will become the students plural. So, we're going to use are and then going to. And then what is the base form of the verb? Our verb here is bring. Okay, correct. So, that remains the same. Bring. The students are going to bring their phone to school on Monday. Did you get it? That's good to hear. Okay? So now let's proceed to forming questions using future tense. We are already finished with the meaning of future tense or future time. We are also finished with the usage of will and be going to express future time. So now, let's move on to another topic, forming questions using future time. What is yes or no questions? Okay? We will be talking about the specific question, yes or no question. When we talk about yes or no question, what does it mean? It means it is answerable by yes or no. Okay? When we talk about yes or no question, the answer for that should be either yes or no. Now, we'll have here another definition. Start, okay, yes or no questions start with will, is, am, or are. Or it can be, it starts with will or the be verb. Now next, end with what punctuation is this? Okay, since it is a question, then it should end with the punctuation question mark. So what is a punctuation? It is the symbol that we use at the end of the sentence. So how do you spell punctuation? We spell it P-U-N-C-T. Okay, very good. T-I-O-N. Punctuation. Next, we have here, this is not yet a question, this is not yet a yes or no question. This is a declarative sentence. The students will bring their phone to school on Monday. Now, we will transform it into a yes or no question. Take a notice of the changes. Okay? The students, we already have the small letter in the beginning. But take a look at this. It will start with will. So, the word will bring here will be separated. The will be at the beginning and the bring will remain beside the subject. Okay? Will the students bring their phone to school on Monday? Oops. We forgot to use, of course, what punctuation? Very good. Question mark. And now, how do you read this? Will the students bring their phone to school on Monday? Yes or no? Okay, it can be answerable by yes or no. It's good. Next, we have here another example. Okay, now this time, look at this sentence. I am going to school tomorrow. Take a look at this. This is using be verb. Okay, this is using be verb. So, of course, you will start your question by a be verb. Again, it should start with will, the be verb. Will is am or are. So, here in the sentence, we have here the am. So, it starts with the am and then the subject is I. And what is the verb here? Okay, we are going to copy this. Remains the same. Am I going to go to school tomorrow? Question mark, okay? Am I going to go to school tomorrow? Okay, that's the yes or no questions in the usage of be going to. Next, Henry, okay, we have another example. Henry will wash the clothes later. This is the usage of will. So, we have already, what word should our sentence or our question should start? Okay, it should start with will because we have here will. And then the subject, Henry. Now, continue, copy this verb. So, will Henry wash the clothes later? Question mark. Did you get it? Remember that when you make yes or no question, it should start with will, is, am, or are. Okay? Okay, that is in the future time. So, let's test your understanding. But, let us review first. We'll have, when we are going to use will or be going to, we have these patterns. Okay, we have for the will, subject plus will plus the base form of the verb, others, which means the continuation of your sentence. Now here, in the usage of be going to, we'll start with the subject plus the be verbs plus going to plus base form of the verb and the continuation. So we have the example, Anna and Fe. Our verb is wash. Anna and Fe. We were going to use, so this is the Anna and Fe. So this is our subject plus will. So we will write will. And of course, the base form of the verb is wash. Next, subject. Okay, we'll have the usage of be going to. We have here Anna and Fe. What will happen? Okay, Anna and Fe is our subject. So there are two names, which means we have plural subjects. So we have here are going to. What is the base form of the word wash? Of course, the same. Wash. It will become Anna and Fe are going to wash the clothes later. Okay, so now that is about the usage of will and be going to express future time. Now let's review about the yes or no question. When we talk about yes or no question, it is answerable by, very good, either yes or no. And your sentence or your yes or no question should start with will, is, am, or are. And, of course, do not forget the punctuation. When we talk about questions, always end it with a punctuation. What do you call this symbol? Very good. Question mark. We have here the example. This is in the declarative form. The students will bring their phone to school on Monday. And if you're going to change this to yes or no question, that will become, will the students bring their phone to school on Monday? Question mark. Okay? Do not forget your question mark. Next. Now, let's proceed to the test. Let's test your understanding of what we learned today. Let's start with number 1. Marco do his homework later. We have here the verb do. So is this correct? Of course not. So what will happen? Subject plus will plus do, and then continuation. His homework later. Full stop. Next. James and Jana work on Sunday. So they will work on Sunday. Will work. So that will become James and Jana will work on Sunday. Full stop. Next. Number 3. Jared cook tonight. Now it says here we are going to use the format of be going to. So Jared, that is our subject. Again, what is next to the subject? Very good. Be verb. Now, what should be the be verb to be used here? Okay, very good. Is. And then going to. We have here going to. And then what is the verb? Cook. What is the base form of cook? Very good. Still, cook. And then tonight. Full stop. Okay, another. The kids play this afternoon. We have here the format of be going to, and our subject is plural. Our subject is the kids. Now, what should be the be verb that we are going to use here? Of course, are. And then going to. And then what is the verb? Okay, the verb is play. So, the base form of play is still the same, play. And continue by putting the this afternoon. The kids are going to play this afternoon. Next, number 5. So since number 5 is the same with number 4, so let's skip this. Let's proceed to number 6. Number 6 is, I watch the concert tomorrow. Again, tomorrow, meaning this is wrong because the action will happen tomorrow. So, we are going to use the be going to format. I. Again, what be verb are we going to use if the subject is I? Very good. Am. And then, going to. What is the base form of the word watch? Still the same, watch. And then the continuation. The concert tomorrow. Full stop. Next, number 7. We write the answer later. We write the answer later. Our subject is we. Is it singular or plural? Very good. So it is plural. So we're going to use are. And then going to. What is the verb? Okay. The verb is write. The base form of write is still write. And then the continuation. The answer later. We are going to write the answer later. Next, number 8. She will walk to the park later this afternoon. Now it says here, transform the sentence in a yes or no question. So we have here a declarative form. She will walk to the park later this afternoon. Okay, we will use this will. Okay, we will start with will. And then the subject, what will happen to the S? Very good. It should be in the small letter. She, and then walk. Will she walk? And then the continuation. Will she walk to the park later this afternoon? What is not present here? Okay, we should put question mark. Now let's read. Will she walk to the park later this afternoon? Okay, very good. Next, we'll have number 9. Diane and Jera will visit their friends on weekend. Diane and Jera will visit their friends on weekend. Now, what will be the yes or no question for that? Okay, this will become will and then subject. Diane and Jera plus the verb visit and the continuation plus, do not forget, question mark. Now let's read the answer. Will Diane and Jera visit their friends on weekend? Say it again. Very good. So, now let's proceed to number 10. The students are going to travel to Pattaya for a trip. The students are going to travel to Pattaya for a trip. Now here, look, the sentence is using the be going to pattern. So of course, we're going to start with, very good, are the students going to travel to Pattaya for a trip? What's missing? Okay, question mark. Now let's read. Are the students going to travel to Pattaya for a trip? Can you read it again? Very good. So now, we are finished answering our exercises. Now, let's do a recap. When we talk about the usage of will and be going to express future time, it should be in this pattern. Subject, will, plus base form of the verb plus others. We have here the subject, Henry, plus will, plus base form of the verb, wash, and then the continuation. Henry will wash the clothes later. Next, the usage of be going to. Again, be represents the be verbs. Subject plus be verb, either of these three, going to, base form of the verb, and then the continuation or the others. Now we have, what will happen to this? Okay, it will become Henry, only one, so is going to wash the clothes later. About yes or no question, again, it answers, okay, it should be answerable by yes or no. And it starts with either will, is, am, or are when we talk about the future tense. Now, and it should also end with what punctuation? How do you call this punctuation? Very good. You are really listening a while ago. So, question mark. Now we have here the example. The students will bring their phone to school on Monday. So, in the question form, it will become, will the students bring their phone to school on Monday? Again, can you read it for me? Will the students? Very good. So, we are finished with our lesson for today. We talked about the definition or meaning of future tense, the usage of will and be going to express future time, and of course, the making of yes or no questions with the use of future tense. That's all for today, students. I hope you enjoyed and you learned something from me today. Thank you and see you on my online class. Bye!